Hey guys, Dakota back with another video. It is May 22nd, 2021. Just finished the week of May. I'll get it. May 17th through the 21st of 2021. I'm going to make this recording a little quick. I want to take a nap before I head to work. I can do this. Let's do it. But this week was really great. This week was very successful. Another profitable week. Ended at about 22R. And we'll go over those positions. Now, just a rough, a quick summary of this week. Started off really great with all the rules. And obviously the trades were phenomenal. And then towards the end, about Thursday, Friday, I took a few poor trades and just started a rush towards the end, which took back some of my profit. Nothing substantial, but something to note and something I need to get under control. Okay, so first talking about EURJPY, I've been talking about this for the last week, maybe 2 weeks. Right here. So I had these three positions actually hit targets this week on Tuesday. I believe Tuesday. Close out about at a 19R. Really good position. You guys know the management on that, so not much to talk about there. And then later throughout the week, I got this perfect setup. It was so great. I loved it. It was an amazing opportunity. I took it. However, when I took it, my margin, I had too much exposure. Okay, so I couldn't risk my usual amount and actually profit as much as I would have liked to on this, but it's adding to my stats, so it is giving some benefit there, right? I had to scale it all the way down to the lowest that I scale down to. But those are the positions. There's not much to talk about there. I mean, it was just basic setups I talk about all the time on the live streams. And then here, that was not a trade I took. This is the last trade I took on EURJPY this week. I was looking for a bullish pattern off the 4-hour time frame. I saw a reversal pattern on the 1-hour time frame where you can see a reversal pattern on supply zone. And usually I do not take positions in this area because it's a supply zone and I need to see a break through the supply zone or the trend line before actually confirming my bias on the trade and looking for a setup there. Now, I actually talk about that on Thursday's live stream. Yeah, I talk about that on Thursday's live stream. Yes. I don't think it was Thursday's live stream because I took the position on Friday, right? Okay, I talk about that on Thursday's live stream, but ended up on Friday morning actually like seeing it and deciding to take it. Price also going to hit an SL in that situation, but this was a poor trade, right? This was a poor rush trade here. This is one of those that I talked about. This was taken on Friday. Next, let's go to Dollar Swiss. Dollar Swiss, amazing opportunities here. Okay, got this position here, which I'll break down in the last weekly recap, and this position here was a scale-in opportunity. So both of those did really well starting off, pushed into profit, came back, retraced. Now, what I was looking for is if that trend line broke, if I got a candle that closed above this trend line, I would close the position, which that's exactly what happened, and that's exactly what I did. So, perfectly happy with how this turned out, not mad at it at all, not frustrated or anything like that. One thing that I have recognized over the past few times this has happened, where I use a trend line break as a close, in major downtrends, right? And obviously in certain scenarios, that price tends to go back into profit. So what I'm noting right now is that maybe the trend line break may not be a strong indicator for me to say close these positions off, right? Maybe when the setup is completely invalid as far as for the downside, where the legitimate signal is over, then I cut that, or I should just wait for reversal patterns and just cut out trend lines, period. Because those are really the only two indicators for me to cut trades early, whether a trend line break or a reversal pattern. I also have like the 10 pip rule, which I think I shared with you guys. Basically, if price gets to my targets, depending on the setup again, gets to my target, and then I sit down on the chart and I'm just staring at it, waiting for it to hit targets, I'm gonna just secure a profit instead of messing with my psychology. Okay. But yeah, there was that. Last but not least, GU. GU is probably where I did the most damage on my account this week. At least, yeah, most damage on my account this week. It wasn't anything substantial. It was really small losses. But I took 3 positions here for a buying opportunity because the setup was just so... It looked so good. Well, the first setup I took was rushed. It didn't quite get to my area. It actually got a level above my area. And I was like, that looks like a really good area. I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity. So I went ahead and took it. And I think I took it because... Let me slow down. My fault. There's no need to rush. The reason I took it is because I honestly have to say, in the back of my mind, I had already hit my weekly target. Like, my weekly target is 8R. And to, like, by Tuesday or Wednesday to be up, I think I was up like 27R by that time. 25 to 27, in between that range, right? And I was like, I'm good. All right. So in the back of my mind, not only am I confident in that situation, but I'm also like a little bit more relaxed, which may have led to this, which definitely led, now saying that and talking about like the rush position on 38.2 led to a rushed trade, taking that trade too early on GU, because I'm like, I have a cushion, so it's okay if I lose this. Not in the sense that on the long term I'm going to be successful, but just like, I don't care. Like, it's kind of Yeah. So that's interesting. Like, I want to word that in a different way. But I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna think about that some more. But I guess I didn't care, like, if I lost in that situation. But I didn't care too much to where I didn't care to the point where I'm like, I'm not gonna take this trade serious, I guess. But eventually price went down. It drew down to a certain point, and I cut the position early. If price if I have certain drawdown, basically, let me reword this. My winning trades have a certain percentage drawdown, and if it reaches that drawdown or it goes beyond that drawdown, I'll go ahead and cut the trade. That happened here, and I cut that trade early. Then price went to my actual entry level. It gave me 2 entry signals. I took both positions, and both of those just hit SL. And then after that happened, I actually had a trend line here. Let me declutter the screen. I had a trend line here, and kind of relevant to the dollar Swiss. Obviously, it's a different scenario. I didn't already have positions on here, but price went below my trend line, and at that point I'm like, okay, start looking for selling opportunities, and I did not have this level. My level was about here in this area. At this point I'm like, okay, look for a selling opportunity, look to sell down to the next level. So I looked for the selling opportunity, I identified it, and I went ahead and took it there, and price pushed up. Okay, and overall it basically just finished forming this bullish pattern and didn't really break a low here after reviewing it. But again, something to note, paying attention to trend lines. Are they valid signals for me to actually say close this position early, or start looking for this alternate setup or this reversal setup, I'd say. And I'll be testing that in the future. Okay, but those were my trades for the week. Something interesting that happened this week, I actually finished a sample size And after each sample size, I go through and review how those trades went, and basically looked for areas where I can improve or different tactics that I can use in the next sample size that I use. So basically, I can get a better result. And scaling in process that I'm going to actually go. I'm actually going to use in the next sample size. Now it was something I used like towards the end of like literally on dollar Swiss really. This is I believe this is the first time I tested here, and I mean it works really nice off back testing. It's actually proving, again, like I'm not going to share too much about this, but it's proving to be more profitable than my base strategy. Not more profitable, but a higher win rate than my base strategy. So that's going to be really interesting, and I'm going to play around with that and see what I can do with it over the next coming months. And what else? And so there's the scaling in process. There's also the graded setups. I've worked on grading my setups over this past sample size and over the back testing I've been doing, and I basically created 3 tiers. And I haven't brought it to my live trading just yet, but I am going to backtest it. I want to backtest both those 2 ideas, and there's a third idea I have written down, but I don't really want to talk about on here. I'm going to be backtesting those in June, and all over these 3 pairs, like these 3 pairs, and yeah, just testing those specific ideas. But I want to be really detailed with it, and I don't really want a lot of distractions. So I'm thinking about going dark or not being on social media or anything like that for that month. But I haven't decided yet, because I know I can do it while doing that, but I haven't been as intense and as productive with my backtesting since I've started. Well, no, I say since about March, which I started like regularly uploading on YouTube around March. I think about around February. I think I started doing it like end of January, beginning of February. But since about March, I haven't been as intense with my backtesting, and that may just be because I'm exerting energy to other aspects of my life. I also like picked up extra hours as well, so that could be a factor in doing things on the side as well. That's also a factor. All right. I just need to be more intentional, more deliberate with how I'm spending my time again. Back to like the scheduling that I talked about earlier this week in my daily thoughts. Yeah, I have to figure out something. If I don't figure out something within the next week, let me check. Yeah, if I don't figure out something by next week, yeah, I'm gonna have to go dark. Okay. But I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my weekly recap. Again, really good week, profitable week, and excited for this next sample size. I'm really excited because I get to try out this. I get to try out something new, and from everything I've done so far, it's looking like really good news. So I'm excited for it. But I'll catch you guys. In the next one. Hope everyone has a good weekend. Oh, wait a minute, man! I'm about to end the recording, and I forgot. Y'all already know. Let me get close to the mic. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. Y'all already know. Let me show my face too. And for those that already know, you probably already did it. You better already did it. All right. Hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to keep up with future content. I think my mic was on mute. Let me try it again. So before you hop off the call, before you click that other link, before you click that other video, go ahead, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and the notification bell to keep up future videos. Also, in the description is the link to my Discord server where I post every single setup that I talk about on the live streams. Live streams are Monday. My fault. Live streams are every weekday now at 7 a.m. Right? And basically break down the charts I'm paying attention to in my setups. And you have any questions for me, or you want to talk about anything, we can talk about it there. And also in the Discord server. My Instagram is also there. I don't get on Instagram a lot. I'm starting to get on it more, sharing like my workout, and basically just every live stream that I do, I just take a picture and post it on that thing. And I've actually posted 2 IGTVs there where I actually show you guys my journal stats and what I look for when I review my journal. So that's pretty interesting. It's really interesting to me. May give you some ideas too. But I'll catch you guys.